I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Boom.
Okay. I guess we're the only smart ones, eh? Thank you, single mom.
Adam.
Come on, princess. Get your face out of here today. Come on. Let's go.
Hey, everyone.
Okay, Adam.
Can I just say really quickly, Sunny, I love your hair tonight.
It is cute, isn't it?
This was the lazy hairdo. I took it out of its ponytail and I was like, you know what? Good enough. Good. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it with your bangs like that. It's cute.
It's getting
Could you just
sexy
move that
now.
one piece of hair out of your face?
Yeah, I know. Just like that comment, just for that gentleman that left that. I think I blocked him though. I think I blocked him.
I'm sorry. I'll be Gabe.
Yeah. So, welcome everyone. Obviously, there's other people that are going live as well, so we'll let it creep up at the same time. And you just subbed. Thank you so much, single mom. I think she just said she was a new member. Thank you for becoming a member with us. Single mom, if you do want to obviously become a member of our Facebook group, it's private. So if you do want to become a member of that, just make sure you email me at, we don't got the banner going. That's already we are. Just make sure that you email me at acriming shame at gmail.com. Yeah.
Welcome, Blaine and Jesika.
Oh, okay. I'll finish my sentence.
Hello.
Sorry, Sonny.
No, it's all good. I just wanted to let her know to make sure that you email me your Facebook name and your YouTube name to acrimingshame@gmail.com if you do want to become, because that is a perk if you do become a member. So welcome aboard. And so first we'll say, hey, Jesika, thank you for joining us. Hey, Blaine, thank you for joining us tonight as well, of course. Yeah. Then I'll talk about it.
No worries.
Can we get one thing out of the way really quickly?
No. Yes.
What?
Okay. I'm kidding.
Blaine.
Yes.
You stood us up.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
I got shit for that. So, as you know, I'm an open book, and so Ashley is in rehab. So I've been having to take care of my kids and work and do things on my own. So I didn't plan on standing you guys up. I really spaced it and just been so busy and trying to do all this. So I do apologize for that. That's kind of why I haven't been doing my lives either, is trying to catch up with everything and stay on track.
Well, again, perfect live tonight because obviously it's about addiction. And just to let everyone know, okay, so there is a tribute video. And Marketta is in the chat today with us. There's a tribute video for Brianne Gabrielle Ellis. This is Gabe Ellis's daughter that passed away and Marketta's daughter. And so she had passed away on September 16th. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have a hard time getting through this. Okay. So she passed away on September 16th of 2022. I didn't realize it. I came across it when I was looking at something else. And I just felt this need to reach out to her and want to make a special tribute video because her life mattered. She obviously, her addiction was heroin and fentanyl. And again, Blaine, we know you've had your struggles. Jesika, that's why you're here tonight too. We know that you've had your struggles and you guys are alive to talk about it. about what you've gone through. So yeah, thank you guys very much for being here. And Marketta, if you guys could give your prayers and love and support. And this channel's always very respectful. So let's keep it that way, or you're going to get the big toe out of here. Seriously. Okay, because yeah, absolutely. This is not about Gabe Ellis whatsoever. Let's not make it even an iota, besides the fact that his daughter, one of his children, has passed away. So just to make that nice and clear, but you guys are always respectful. You know, but that's just to say, okay, let's keep it classy like we always do in here. So yeah, love and prayers for Marketta. And I truly hope that you really enjoy the video that I'll be showing in a few moments. So yeah, you guys, there's a picture that I need to show first that someone requested for me to show, that it's a missing person, that they don't know where she is. She messaged from somewhere different than where she normally is. They believe that she's on withdrawals. So I'm just going to share my screen in a sec here, I guess. And I want to show that first, if you don't mind. And then we'll get to some, let's hide. And shares. Whoops. Oh, that's not what I wanted to share now, is it? Okay. 1 sec. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Okay, it's up there. Okay, so
can you zoom in a little bit?
Absolutely. So this person's name is Kylie Faith, and it just says, please keep your eye out for my coworker and friend Rachel Faust. She was last seen in Indy last night and never came home. So what I'm going to ask of you in chat is, because you know that we deal mostly with, of course, Delphi murders here, and a lot of people are from the Indy area. But if you guys, it doesn't matter where you're from, if you guys could just share this out to your Facebooks, Twitter, whatever you have, your Instagrams, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah.
What's beeping?
It's a vehicle that's out in a parking lot across here.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm going to put myself on mute for 1 sec. You guys can just give me a moment.
All right.
Oh, you're fine.
So, basically, all of us deal with some type of an addiction at some level. Some people are addicted to food, and, some people are addicted to gossip, and some people are addicted to, alcohol or drugs or pornography. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can be addicted to. So
we're shopping.
I think this, right. Shopping.
That's a big one, Deb.
Right. So I think that we can all learn something and relate to this live for sure. And you don't know when it's going to affect you or your family. So I'm excited that we're doing this just for the learning part of it tonight. And I really, really appreciate Blaine and Jesika spending time with us and sharing their information, their stories.
Absolutely.
Anything we can do to help?
I think I'm good now.
Thank you, Jess. Do we call you Jesika or Jess? What do people call you?
Either, really.
I'm sorry, what?
I usually like to short. You said either.
I'm sorry, two people talking at once.
Jess or Jessica.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably end up calling you Jess just because it's shorter. What were you going to say, Adam? Sorry?
I was just going to say I turned Jessica's volume up, so if everyone has, if everyone can hear, just let us know.
Yeah,
thank you.
All right. Hey, Daisy. Let's do some shows. Actually, Deb, can you do some shout outs for me?
Sure.
Heard that, Blaine.
Let me scroll back to the beginning. I forget who was first because I can't see them up there on the top, but they made all the little emojis. I can't see who that is. Hey, Aussie. I'm sorry, what? Oh, it's Boston Christian. Hey, Boston. Yeah. Aussie. Jill Mosher in the house. Brett Decker. Hey, Brett. Marketta. Welcome, Marketta. Callie. Tamara King. Me. True Crime Housewife. Hello. Alexa. Hey, girl. Hey, Sonny. Hey, Aspen.
Hey.
Who
I
else
heard
do
that
we
guy
have here?
has a
Sharon.
really nice haircut.
Hey, Sharon Parker, single mama 4. Thank you again for joining. Miss Dog Lover, how are you? And who else do we have here? I saw, Sloopy. Hey, Sloopy, I hope you're feeling better.
Sloop, there she is.
Yep. And Daisy, I hope you made it home safely, girl. And that you're not still driving on the road. Hey, Freckled Joy. I think we're about to the end of it here. Oh, wait. Phil. Hey, Phil. Good to see Phil. I skipped somebody. Who did I skip, guys? Support with Steppa and Queen.
Who's that? Who is support with Steppa? Who's that beautiful lady?
She's that little cutie.
Yeah.
That comes on here. Oh, look at Aspen bragging that he's been a member for 5 months.
Is that what he was doing?
And we're caught up. It looks like we're caught up. I hope I didn't skip anybody. The thing scrolls quickly sometimes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the screen now. Actually,
yeah. Keep us updated on that, honey.
Yeah. Okay. So again, if other people can share this to their Facebooks, their Twitters, and Kylie Faith is the name, just to find out if she's safe and if she's okay, or if she needs some assistance, obviously. Right. Hey, Daisy. Yeah, 4 more hours to go. Yeah.
Daisy, you'll be home just in time. We'll be wrapping it up.
That's not funny.
Oh, look at Cal. Oh, Callie's been a member for 6 months.
Hey, Blaine, what you drinking, bud?
Dr. Pepper.
The drink of kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it class.
Just sponsored. Is that one of those things? Let me just check. Is that one of those things, you guys? Yes. Callie, member for 6 months. I can brag too, Adam. Thanks for joining tonight, Blaine and Jess on that. So.
Oh, she's a one-upper.
Yeah. Okay. So, look at Blaine.
Trying to put my shirt on.
I thought you were folding clothes or something.
Doing the laundry while you're on the live, eh?
Yeah, I could do that.
All good, Freckled Joy. Okay. I want to give a shout out. I'm not sure if he's watching now. His name is Alex Voorhees. Alex, thank you so much for contacting me back yesterday when I sent you a message. If anyone doesn't know who Alex Voorhees is, well, what do I say, Deb? How do I say this? That he was on Trendifiers.
Yeah, and he's a genius, computer genius that hacked into Keegan Klein's account and found out some wonderful things that he passed along to law enforcement. So he's a hero.
Yeah. And in talking to him, he does a lot of wonderful things to help in the true crime, not just Delphi, but with other things, other cases and stuff like that. So if you're in here, Alex, thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I call him, I'm sorry, guys, I don't want to offend anyone, especially my twin sister, but twin, you're out the door, and Alex.
He's also in a pretty cool, very strict Discord group with someone.
Discord with you?
Can you go get me some ibuprofen, please?
You name dropper.
I just dropped my own name.
Look at me. You are pretty cool. I'm
the short end of that stick. They're probably like, why is he in here?
Is that your son back there?
One of them. I got.
Hello, son.
Yeah, that's my adopted son. They're for my son's friends. Son's friend. You know, so
he's got good hair.
Yeah,
he does, doesn't he? You should have seen it when it was pink.
He's rocking that Vincent Farmer hair.
Yeah. Vincent's actually about finishing up his album. He's getting ready to release it here soon.
Oh yeah, actually, Vince, you're talking about Vincent Farmer, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he said he's rocking the Vince hair.
Yeah. I was gonna say I've seen a few of his Facebook notifications there, so good for him. Be successful, and I'm sure he'll do well. Of course, I'm sure he's doing well already. Actually, okay. So we did that shout out, you guys, and other than that, yeah. So I'm gonna get ready to play the video. Cracking me up, dude. I'm just okay.
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at Blaine. Next thing I know, I look up and I see his back, and I'm like, wait, what? Anyways, so let's get to the video. So this is a tribute video again for Marketta, who's in the chat right now, and for Gabe Ellis. This is their daughter that had passed away back in September 16th of 2022 of this year due to a drug addiction. Unfortunately, sadly, that of course, she did not know that obviously she was going to be passing away that day. And this is the sad part of it. So I just want you to know as well that I do have a niece. Her name is Paige. She's been addicted to meth and different drugs through the last 17 years, off and on again as well. So there's many times that I've gotten a phone call saying that she is OD'd, and I'm always afraid that one day that her life will end, because she obviously has a hard time trying to kick the habit. She's herself has been through treatment a few different times, and it's one of those things that you can't control what other people do with their thoughts, or how things turn out that way. But it's just a very sad situation. And you guys know too, like, the drugs is just rampant. And I remember Alex saying to me today too, like the drugs that are out nowadays are so toxic and lethal, with what's putting them in the different things. So with that being said, I'm going to play the tribute video. Marketta, thank you, Queen. Marketta, I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so we'll see you guys. We'll turn off our cameras and our mics, and then I'll play the video. And we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Okay.
Breezy, I was never so blessed when you were put in my arms, full of life and spunk. So many memories filled with love and laughter and good times. Although you lost your life to addiction, the love will continue to be poured into your children. They, I, and many more will forever miss you, baby girl. Love, Mom.
Brianne Gabrielle Ellis, also known as Breezy, is the daughter of Gabe Ellis and Marketta Tarrant. Sadly, Brianne lost her life to addiction on September 16th of 2022. Marketta, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule and your life during this hard time to write a note and to put a voice to that note to make this video even that much more special. I know that nothing can take away your pain and sadness, but from It's a Criming Shame to you and your family, just know that Brianne mattered, you mattered. And if anyone out there knows if anyone's struggling with addiction, please call the hotline at the end of this video or in the description and the link below. People's lives do matter, so if you could like or share this video, thank you for making a difference. If you guys could possibly flood the chat. Oh, can't hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear Sunny, but not Deb. I can hear Sunny, but not Deb.
Yeah, Deb. Yeah, it happens to her sometimes on this right here. So, Marketta, if you guys can flood the chats with hearts, for Marketta, please, and her family.
What was her favorite color?
And there, what was her favorite color? Never asked that.
So we can put the right color heart in.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, you can hear me. Everyone's good now. Okay. So Marketta, I really hope that video did a little bit of justice for you for for Brianne. Yeah. And so sorry. It was, it's so heartbreaking when you see such a beautiful life that was lost. So young, 2 small children. Yeah.
I know
All
that
right.
hits home close for you too because of your niece.
Absolutely. Just like Brianne, beautiful child. So much to live for. There's just so much. And, the sad truth about it is that the children, no matter what, will never have a mother that's physically here, only in memory. And unfortunately, there's just actually so much of this going on with drugs, and it's sad. It's sad. Again, this is something very fresh for Marketta and her family. This was September 16th of this year. I'm glad that I had come across it. I was totally way in a different zone that I was looking for something. And then I was just like, well, wait, is this, I seen the name Ellis and I'm like, oh, is this Gabe's? And then I went to Marketta's Facebook page and I saw that this was her daughter and his daughter. So yes, so bless and prayers to Marketta, you guys. Thank you for, thank you for supporting this, and thank you, Blaine and Jesika, for coming on the live tonight to discuss this. And okay, so Jesika, just flutter a lot of love, you guys. Thank you. And members, don't forget, for the members, you guys have your heart tree, the care tree, that I love to use. This always means caring to us. So yeah. So Jessica, yeah, Marketta, you're welcome. And Marketta, don't worry, I will be sending you the video. I will be releasing the video separately, but I will be sending you it personally, of course. Well, I'll be sending you the link once I make it separately and put it up on the channel for you, so you can just have that part of it. Okay. So bless and prayers, and thank you for doing that for me yesterday. I really appreciate it, because I know as a memory, it's just something that's hard to look at, but yet hopefully a beautiful memory um, for your daughter. And so, yeah, thank you guys. Uh, and people are saying such nice things, Keta. Uh, uh, I'm not sure if it's Tamara or Tamara King. But I think that I feel like you probably know her in real life. Kat, I wouldn't what I wouldn't give to take away your pain. I love my niece. Oh yeah, I love you, my niece. This was beautiful tribute. Oh, thank you. I knew that you must have been of some relation there. So thank you very much. I'll say Tamara. I could be wrong because some people pronounce it the other way, but I hope I'm not butchering any names here. Mustang, thank you so much for the hearts. And yes, prayers for the family and you guys. Okay. So Jessica, thank you again, like I said, for joining us tonight. So if you can tell people just a little bit about yourself. Oh, I got a dog barking here. Okay. If you could I'll put myself on mute in a sec, but if you could start telling people just a little bit about yourself and then go into the part of, when you started maybe with your addiction and then how you recovered from it. Just basically tell your story if you could, Jessica.
Yeah. Um, Basically, how it started was, um, after I had my second child, they gave me pain medications, which pretty much started everything. And then um, I just struggled on and off with meds and, smoking K2 or Spice or whatever the names are for it now. I just abused, just wanted to feel numb, just, you know, had a lot of pain throughout life and everything. And I realized when they gave me that medication that helped to take that away, even momentarily. And so, like I said, I struggled on and off. I tried to get help, and it seemed like my prescriptions were too easy to get. I get, you know what I mean? And so it just, because then it's legal for you to do then, right? So then it's harder for you to realize that you have a problem, because in your mind you're thinking, well, these are just my medicine, and then you don't realize that it's really a problem until you realize that you're using them and that you have a problem with that. Um, Towards the end, when again, like I said, I tried to get clean a few times, but my biggest thing was not wanting to be sick. And every time they would not help me with that, not being sick, they just kind of would just throw me into getting clean, and just, there was no help not being sick. I don't know how to put that. But, and that was my biggest fear with getting clean each time, was that sickness that I would go through, because it would be horrible. But I had legal trouble because as a result of it. And then when I had, okay, back up. I had legal trouble, and then when I got done with my legal trouble, I went to rehab for the last time. And I completed rehab, and I was scared to get out of rehab in my area because of all the people. They say change your people, places, and things, and that is so true. And I knew all the wrong people, places, and things down in my area, so I had to move. I felt like moving was the only way for me to get clean. And when I moved and I took my sobriety seriously and I changed those people, places, and things, that's when I really started to be able to like make real change in my sobriety. And I have been clean ever since. And I'm in 7 years now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I can
congratulations.
definitely see how that would help. I've always told my family and my kids, the little phrase of show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So
Right.
it would make sense that you have to get away from that environment.
Right. Yep. I got sick of the cycle of it, and drugs cost me everything. Everything. And I got to a point where I hated it. I hated the drugs themselves because of everything it had cost me and taught me the hard way.
Yeah.
Jessica, can I ask really quick? For people that don't know, can you let us know what I think you said K2 and Spice? Can you tell us what those are?
That's like a it used to be like the synthetic marijuana that they would sell at they used to sell it at gas stations when it first came out.
So people thought it was harmless.
Yes. Like a incense is what it was classified as, I believe. But it was not. It's very dangerous.
Yes, they are.
Very.
And you said that progressed into more pills, or did it progress into was it fentanyl and heroin?
Actually, the pills kind of progressed into the spice and the K2, and then it just kind of both of those two things together. That was as bad as I got. Like years and years ago, I had used meth, but that's been 13 years now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sonny, you're muted.
Oh, yes, I was. Darn it, I have two different things. Jessica, for some reason, we're getting very bad feedback all of a sudden, very staticky feedback from you.
I
Adam,
have
is that
a fan running, that's why I have it muted for a while, but that might be. Let me see.
Adam, is it because our volume?
Do you have a separate microphone, or are you using your phone?
Does that help any?
No. Jessica, will you do me a favor and then leave and then come back in and then rejoin through the link again? Maybe that will clear it up.
Yeah, let me see.
Thank you.
It was fine before.
Yeah.
All the troubles of using StreamYard for the first time.
Yeah.
Blaine, you're an old pro at this now.
I know.
You sound beautiful. How every time.
I love it though. I keep adding more and more equipment to my area, so.
Oh, there she is.
I gotta adapt it.
Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds better. Freckled Joy, just give us a little bit here if you could, and then sure. Yeah, Freckled Joy, just to answer you back if you're talking about coming on the live, in just a little. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's very good.
I was agreeing with you, Sunny. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, do you have Freckled Joy on Messenger, or anybody have her on Messenger, or no?
No,
I do not have her.
But
send her the link. Okay, so go ahead, Jessica. Sorry,
I don't know. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry.
No, Adam.
I got it.
Sorry, what was the last question that you had asked, Jessica? Because even I forget now.
No, she had finished. She had answered that. I had asked her about what Spice and K2 were.
Oh, that was it.
Of her progression of what led to what.
Is there? Oh, you know what? Hold on. That's what I needed to do, Jessica. Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to share the screen again, and we're going to go back over to here for a moment. And
while you're doing that, can I just say that we've had some people request to be members in our Facebook group. You do have to join the membership of our YouTube channel in order to be admitted into the Facebook group. And if you've done that, make sure that you answer all 3 of the questions that we ask and email Sunny so that she knows your actual name as opposed to the YouTube name, so she knows who to let in.
Yeah, our Facebook group is a private one because we don't want it to be a circus act type of Facebook group. It's for people that really are into caring and want to post and want to contribute. So if you do want to join, you have to become a member. It's $1.99. I put the link up there actually. Streamlabs did, and
thank you, Streamlabs.
Thank you, Streamlabs. And so yes, of course, if you want to do that. Okay, so Jessica, do you want to talk about who's on the screen right now?
Yeah, that's my brother. His name's Garrett. We just lost him in March.
Here, let me make it bigger. So, sorry, say it again, Jessica.
That's my brother Jared. We just lost him in March.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
Jessica, I don't mean to. If you could come a little closer to your phone, you're coming in a little low.
Oh, sorry.
I know it's confusing sometimes, but if you just are a little closer to your phone, you might be a little louder.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us about your brother, Jessica. What kind of person was he?
Very smart. He's a very smart person. Very artistic. He likes to draw. He likes to work on cars and love cars. Everything automotive. He liked to work on them. He had this old Camaro that his mom gave him that he liked to work on.
How old was he, Jessica?
He was 32 when he passed.
I'm so sorry.
And did he have children? Was he married?
Yeah, he has 3 children.
Wow. He's so handsome. Like I would, I'm just being stereotypical here, but I look at him and I would never suspect that, he suffered from addiction.
And yeah, Jessica, do you want to say what type of addiction that your brother suffered from?
More recently was alcohol.
Yeah. And so, and how long was he drinking for? Like, okay, so you said more recently alcohol. Um, when did he kind of start drinking? Was it like when he was a teenager?
I believe it's only been the past couple of years. To be honest, he wasn't honest with me, and everybody that he lived with wasn't being honest with me at the time. Um, so I think he had been drinking longer than I knew, but I would say 2 to 3 years. He's been an addict most of his adult life.
Sorry. Yeah, and yes, Blaine. Sorry. Okay. Got a few things going on here. So, um, you have, I'm going to put up his picture as well. So you have, and is this your younger brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to again, um, talk about, this brother's alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Going through addictions as well, but you go ahead, Jessica, and tell the story.
When my brother passed away, my dad, and my brother were all living together. And when my older brother passed away, they all had to end up leaving the house. And so we got him into treatment. And then from treatment, he came here to live with me, and we've been keeping him sober and then treatment and everything. Now he's in outpatient treatment.
Now he's in outpatient treatment.
Yeah.
I mean, because knowing that your other brother has passed away due to, addiction, did that scare him at all?
It scared him, but again, you get in that cycle of not wanting to be sick, and he struggles with seizures, so he was really scared of the detox, and being scared of possibly having seizures from it.
There we go. And having seizures from it. Sorry, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Does addiction run in your family, like meaning parents down or no?
Yeah.
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 So, do you feel like that has contributed, Jessica? Like I don't know your lifestyle or how you were raised exactly, but I'm that's why I'm asking. So if you do want to share again, like how it impacted you, or your brothers.
Yeah. I think it definitely played a part, because then that's the only way we knew how to. I don't want to say solve our problems, but you know what I mean, when it's like top behavior. If that's how you see someone handle their problems, you're more likely to handle your problems that way. I don't want to blame it on that, because ultimately I used because I wanted because I wanted to use, and that's my fault. But I definitely think if that's something you see, that you're more likely to do that.
Well, there is a definite saying of, whoops, one sec. Thank you, True Crime Housewife, uh, for the donation. Thank you so much, Jessica. There is a typical saying that children are a product of their environment, uh, which obviously holds very true. Um, because there's some people kind of, it's funny. I find in a family that you could have, four siblings, and then some people see what their parents did and don't want anything to do with it, and other ones follow the same line because that's what they see. So yet in a family, it's always odd, not odd. It's it always makes me ponder, of course, or think about how four people grow up in the same family, but we all have a different personalities. And again, some people, like my husband, for instance, he watched his dad do cocaine and all the different things, and he wanted no part of it. My husband's never touched drugs in his life, whereas actually none of the children have actually, because they didn't want any part of that. But again, right, um, each to their own. However, they deal with things, or again, the lifestyle that's going on around you, um, and so yeah, I mean, obviously, you've lost one brother to it. You've recovered yourself, and Alexa, not sorry, Alexa, Steffa, um, Steffa is gonna, I think, come join us as well, and support with Steffa has a great channel. So she said, Sonny, if you would like to hear from a detox rehab nurse perspective, I would be more than happy to come on the panel as well. Um, Steph is, like I said, she got a great channel to help and support people, give them the information if required to help out that way. And um, she's just a beautiful lady with a beautiful heart that we love on this channel. Okay, so before we get to Blaine,
But
is there? Go ahead. No, go ahead, Adam.
I was going to ask Jessica if there was like one thing that you could like say or do to help your brother that's still struggling, or for anyone that has a family member that is struggling from addiction, is there anything you can say or advice that you can give on something you can do? I know that's probably a super layered question.
I feel like I said it to him the other day, and I said that please don't make me bury you too.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What was that? Sorry, Jessica.
I said I feel like that's the advice I gave him the other day, and that was please God don't ever let me have to bury you too.
Yeah, absolutely. So
There,
just go ahead, Adam.
I'm sorry, Zach. I was just going to ask, are there signs, like for anyone that's watching that might have someone they suspect or someone that they're afraid is suffering from addiction? Is there signs that you've seen in your brother? Like you were saying, he wasn't honest, and other people weren't honest about it, and that's common with enabling people that we love in addiction. But are there things that you noticed about your brother, either of your brothers, that you would like to tell other people about that they can look out for?
I noticed disconnection, like they wouldn't update me as much. Dishonesty.
He wouldn't. I'm sorry. You said he wouldn't contact you as much.
Yeah,
Okay.
and or like there would be dishonesty.
Okay.
Or manipulation, or that stinking thinking.
Okay. Is that something you agree with? Is that something you see as well, Blaine, or anything you can add to that?
Say that one more time.
Well, I just asked if if you have a family member or someone that you care about that you suspect might be going through addiction, we may have talked about it before, but are there signs that, you can look out for, or things that, are kind of telltale?
Yeah, several. Distancing, change of personality, definitely distancing themselves. That's a big one. just not staying committed to the things that they normally stay committed to. Like if they tell you, hey, I'll be there, and they're normally there, and they stop doing that, that's a big one also. Making excuses, for everything. That's a tall tale sign also. There's several little things as well as big things.
I was gonna say for me, like this is always a learning curve for me because I don't know a lot about this since I've never had a drug addiction at all. So again, besides my niece and my nephew had it as well, but I wasn't living in this province at that time. So again, Blaine and Jessica, for people watching that have family members too that have addictions that are going on, that are expressing their stories. Like Brandy says, lost my stepdad to an overdose, and my mom is a recovering addict that I want no part of that life, but my brother is an addict. And prayers for you and your family there, Brandy, as well. And so, yeah, so again, for you have a cold.
Oh yeah.
I know you haven't been feeling well. Brother, how are you feeling
Yeah.
anyway?
I'm all right, I guess. Like I had to use one of those. My mom showed me today one of those teapot things that you clear out your nose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You're supposed to be so good.
yeah.
Yeah. If you can't tell, you see, in my whole sinus area is real irritated. But yeah, Mom showed me that thing today, and I'm like, "What in the heck is this?" I'm not finna stick that up my nose. Felt like I was drowning. But
your nose is red.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's because I've been blowing it. Yeah, man. I got this cold, and it's always around the weather change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I literally just got over one myself not too long ago, and I thought it was COVID because I had a really bad throat. I took a test and it didn't show up, but last time I had COVID, it was like showed up a couple days later. But either way, I didn't bother retesting myself. It just ran its course like a flu.
Yeah.
But yeah, but if anything, if it was more probably of a weather change, going on because I mean we are into fall now. I I keep forgetting because the
Yeah,
sun's up every day and shining, and then I'm like, oh yeah, right, it's fall. Still keep thinking it's fall. But
and
anyways,
and plus I work outside, and it's 30 degrees. In the morning.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Cold there.
Your body temperature drops, and that makes you more susceptible to viruses, etc. Yeah.
absolutely. You guys, let's welcome support with Steffa to the group. Support with Steffa.
Hi.
Hey,
Adam,
do you want
did you send Freckled Joy the link yet?
I was waiting. Do you want me to send it now?
not quite yet? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought her and Steffa would have so much in common, and
Well,
but whatever.
just give us a little bit. Just give us a little bit still, because there's 6 of us on screen at the second here, and so Steffa, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, thank you for having me. And I don't need to stay up here very long. I was just going to kind of come from a nurse's standpoint when it came to addiction. Um, and I'm a nurse, as most of y'all know, but I did strictly drug and detox for a short period of time. And I found that I think it's a common misconception that, at least with drug rehab, that people think, oh, well, they can just stop. Um, and there's so much chemical stuff going on. So when a drug, and most of our patients, because I'm in where I'm at, we were kind of in the middle of the opioid crisis.
And that was going on when I was well, I mean, we are in the opioid crisis, but I mean, in our area was kind of like one of the biggest numbers.
Are you in that ring? Are you in that ring that they did the documentary about? You know what I'm talking about?
My brother was on Dateline as a firefighter, paramedic. We're in Dayton, Ohio. So they
Okay.
did a
Yeah.
special. Yes. So he went around just revived people. Like that was kind of what the firefighters here in Dayton were doing. And so they didn't, they did other calls, but it was like around the clock. He's like, that's all I was doing. It was, Narcan, Narcan, Narcan. But what I found was, I had a misconception as a medical nurse, and I did psych as well. When I went into AOD, is what they call it, I thought, well, you try it. Yeah, you might have liked it the first time, but then you stop, right? But I found that most of my patients, yeah, right. Most of them, I would say 95% of my patients had either some kind of car accident or had some major surgery. And I saw some comments in the chat where they said, oh, doctors are prescribing. That's not actually how the opioid crisis started. We paid our doctors. All of a sudden, the federal government came in and said, hey, we're going to pay you how your patients rate how you're treating their pain. So we're not going to reimburse you very high. I mean, we'll reimburse you some, but not as much as, we will the other, another surgeon or another ER doc, as we, because unless you're addressing pain. So then they started throwing narcotics at everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So then it was addressing pain, which is good for the patient as far as addressing pain. However, then the government realized, oh, shiznit, we're in trouble because now we have all these people that are addicted to medication.
Regulations.
So, hey, we're going to take all those medications away from them. So then, okay, now they're taken away. Well, these people now are their bodies are physically, chemically dependent on it. It's no longer just like, oh, I want to get high. Their bodies physically have to have it. Like you and I need oxygen or water. They are chemically now dependent on it. And that's what I didn't get. So I was like, what? Like when I was, there's not a lot of addictionologist doctors out there, but I was lucky enough to work with one. And, when he would explain it to me, he'd break it down so simply. And I was like, wow, like they physically need it. And he was like, yes. And that's why they would do this trickle down taper. Kind of, I saw Freckled Joy talk about it a little bit. So we would taper them down with withdrawal. But when you, from a nursing standpoint, you can't give someone a taper of Suboxone if they are going to, if you do it too soon, you'll put them what's called precipitated withdrawal, which makes them very, 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 very sick. They will be on your nursing, on the floor begging you to do something to help them, and you can't. So there's a very fine line of when you can start treating them for their withdrawal. So we do that's another misconception. Hey, just come down to the detox center, and we'll take care of you. Won't feel the withdrawal, and that's not true because you have to get through a little bit of withdrawal before we can start treating it. So that is another misconception when it comes to opioids. The only and you don't die usually from opioid detox. It's the one you might feel like you're dying, but you don't usually die from it. It's alcohol withdrawal and benzo withdrawal that are patients die from, and those we have to treat right away. When I have an alcoholic come in or a benzo person come in, we treat those right away because we have to treat them with medication immediately. But I was just amazed on how we had this, people. I remember I met a lawyer that was in there, and he had come and become homeless. And I thought, how did that happen? All of that schooling and all of that. Well, he was in a car accident. And just like I said with the pain medication, they gave him the pain medication and then they just yanked it from him. And he was out there doing heroin because that's all he could get to relieve that awful pain that he was going through, which withdrawal. And you do get a sympathy for them. But I left AOD because you also, as a nurse, especially somebody that was seasoned like me, where you're medical, you learn. I would treat AOD patients like medical when I first got there, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're having chest pain. Oh, your blood pressure is, or your heart rate's really high. We got to get you to the ER." Well, no, they're having chest pain because they're telling you that because they want to get to the hospital to get pain meds. And
yeah, it's a manipulation tactic.
Yes, and I couldn't get past that because I'd be like, dude, you don't have to be here. You can walk right out and walk down the street to the hospital, because we were, they weren't required to be there. They just came in on their own. And so then I was afraid of missing, and I missed a guy that was actually was having gallbladder attacks, but I didn't believe him. And so then I was like, now I'm afraid I'm going to miss the medical piece of things, because now I'm always assuming everybody's lying to me. So it's kind of hard. I have a lot of respect for AOD nurses, because it's a fine line to determine if somebody is actually sick or if they're just manipulating you, or if they're having a medical issue. It's hard to determine that. And I think it's harder for seasoned nurses. A lot of the nurses I worked with were brand new nurses out of nursing school. And so they were going right into it. So it was easier for them because they didn't know the medical piece of, if this happens in it's like something that you might not know yet as a seasoned nurse, as a sign of, oh, your patient's in trouble. They wouldn't know that yet, that you're being manipulated with. Like, I used to always, people pretend like they're having seizures with me. Well, I knew what a seizure looked like. So then I would be like, okay, now put your right hand up. And they put their hand up. So I knew they weren't having a seizure because they were able to do what I just told them to do. But
yeah,
right?
they're listening to that to see if you're going to give in.
Right.
So if they think if they respond, they're going to get that treatment.
Blaine and Steph, excuse me for one moment, please. Jessica, I know you're not feeling well today, but I wanted to know if you wanted to watch during chat or step down, because I know you said you weren't feeling well. So I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt, but I seen a comment, and I know it's towards Blaine, or to Blaine, sorry, but about the Dr. Wagner thing. The doctor I was talking about, that actually was my doctor in Kokomo.
Yeah,
he was actually over in Burlington. But
sorry, Jessica, what did you say at the end there?
He was actually in Burlington, and his wife was in Kokomo. But
yeah,
who was the doctor?
It was Dr.
Wagner. He's in prison now.
Oh,
good. Good.
I don't know
exactly where he belongs. Sorry, Stepha.
Was he giving out meds that he shouldn't have been giving out? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he was basically I'm sorry, go ahead.
Basically, he was getting people on pain meds, and then his wife had a Suboxone clinic, and basically he would get them on pain meds and send them to her, and then she would get them on a Suboxone and then send them back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. So he got him on was he a pain management doctor? Is that what it was? And then she did AOD, so they went back and forth.
Yeah.
To get business deals or something.
My husband's seen him for a long time and asked him several times to help him get clean, and he would send him over to the Suboxone clinic, and then if he'd have the slightest little ache or pain, she'd send him right back over there.
not like that today. Now, if you go to pain clinics, doctors, because I have patients that really do need pain management, and the pain management doctors don't want to give out pain medication. So now they've gone to the other side where, I mean, even cancer patients, and I'm going, hey, this person is, on not going. I mean, who cares if they get addicted to pain medication, because this is the end of life for them, or if they're 85 years old and they're in pain. If they get addicted to pain medication, that's what our gerontologist used to say. Like, I'm okay giving my patient, you know, uh, something to keep them comfortable, because it's not like they're going to go out and steal for pain medication when they're in a nursing home. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They're 85 years old. They're in bed,
That's like, yeah, I don't understand it. I could see that's like, I was on Valiums for over a year, and they came in and just recently, over the last 90 days, came in and told my doctor that he's not allowed to prescribe any kind of controlled substance anymore. So they had to pull me off of the Valiums. They didn't even give me a referral to go anywhere else or anything like that.
Well, you can't go off Valium like that. Yes. Did they taper you down? Because that's one of the drugs that will kill you if you go off immediately.
They didn't taper me down. They didn't do anything.
I just want to give a quick shout out to CD. Hi, CD. Hey, buddy.
We have a celebrity in the house.
Yeah, CD's in the house. And sometimes. Okay. Yeah.
I just messaged CD and said, we're live.
Yeah. And Freckled Joy, if you want to join us as well, feel free to come on with us. Thank you. Yeah, CD, I thought when he said watching the Mets game and sick to my stomach, Mets just I thought he literally meant he was sick until I read the next line, and I was like, okay, dude, so he's sick to his stomach because the team sucks. Yeah, I used to watch baseball. I was watching baseball. Right? If I still remember, it's baseball, right? The Mets. Am I right? Okay,
I'll just hockey. That's all you need. Like, hockey's the best sport ever. I love hockey.
I used to watch it, but I know that's not the topic of tonight. Used to watch it.
Sorry,
played a lot of sports, but
that's my
no, it's not your fault. I'm just there. I could sit here and talk about sports all day too if I wanted to.
It's no soccer, right, Deb?
It's what?
It's no soccer, right, Deb?
Right.
The only sport I hated was soccer.
I have to say,
I love soccer.
Deb is the rudest person ever. She's making fettuccine Alfredo tomorrow morning for 40 people, and she refuses to drive to Charlotte, North Carolina from Indiana to drop off a plate for me. And I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. A little selfish on your side, wouldn't you say, Deb?
I know. Well, that's how I am.
Yeah.
Hey, Freckled Joy.
Hey, Freckled Joy. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, Freckled Joy.
Hello. Sorry, I look like this. I have a rare night off, so I'm just in a hat.
I was going to say, you've been on the live before. Here. But yeah, but I've never.
Have I been
We're
on
all
yours
about
before?
hats. I don't think you have been.
No.
Has she been on here? I don't think so.
No. I think I was on Angela back in the day, and I did an episode with Kat once. We talked about Manson.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've seen you on.
Never heard of him.
A couple of years ago, I've seen you on a couple of different channels,
popping
in live, and you did a great job.
I went to school and took a bunch of time off from true crime, but now I'm kind of back.
Comment. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I was just gonna say.
You go ahead, Deb. Sorry.
Yeah. When Steph was talking about, patients that would come in and she didn't know, who to believe, whether to believe them or not. There was a time that I worked at a dental office doing their marketing and advertising, and we had that kind of situation too. We had several people that would, come in periodically and claim they were in severe tooth pain, and we'd x-ray and everything and there'd be nothing, but then we'd get a notification from the pharmacy, because there is a system that shows people who are offenders who get multiple prescriptions. So we would get we'd get a message, saying that they had filled, I don't know, like 20 prescriptions in the last 3 months.
They're really strict on it out here. You can't do it if it's before 30 days. They're only allowed to give a 30-day prescription if it's before 30 days. They don't care what your story is. You do not get one. And you can't go to any other pharmacy in the state to get it either. So
it's like that in Ohio too.
You guys, did Blaine drop?
Or did he? He's still here. Oh, he's back though. He's back.
Okay.
As an EMT,
I don't know what.
I get a lot of calls for just stupid reasons, and by the time you get done with your assessment, you can tell that they just want to go to the hospital for pain meds.
Yeah.
And they think if they go in an ambulance, somehow it's more like urgent, and they'll get their pain meds faster. So.
Alexa, I'm the only pain that you have, which is a pain in your ass. You know that. You need a lot of medication for that.
And to what Alexa would say, we have patients under-report all the time. Like, I just did an intake. I get my days mixed up, but I think I did it like last weekend, and the lady came in, she blew a 0.33 when she came in. And she tried to tell me during the face-to-face that she only drinks 1 bottle of wine a day. And I was like, you have a 0.33 and you're not like passed out. That means you drink a lot for a long time. So you always have to take that into consideration. They will always underreport.
Oh yeah. I had my favorite patient though. He was so honest. And I was doing intake that day, because usually I work detox, but I was doing intake that day. So, we check them for everything. And usually people in intake, like, they're if they're going to lie, it's usually not as much an intake, because they already know they're there for drug rehab or whatever, because ours is all voluntary. And it was. And then he comes in and he's like, oh, I only take heroin. And I was like, oh, well, you tested positive for meth and all these other things. And he's like, what? No, I don't do that. And I could tell he was not lying to me. And I said, well, that's because they put other stuff in there. And he's like, oh, dude, that's a bonus. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Just like an addict.
They are funny when they come in.
That was like, and that just shows that's the addict brain thinking that they're getting something extra. And it's, you have to think like that. You have to learn to think like that in AOD. But I don't want to take up Sunny's time, so I wanted to see if anybody had any questions from a nurse.
No. You know what? I'm just enjoying myself. I'm just shutting my mouth for the most part now. I've done my say. I'm listening to you guys. You guys go ahead and tell your stories.
Steph, what about Deb and my time?
I have a funny rehab story. So I work at the rehab next door to where Hunter Biden lives. I've never seen him. I want to see the Secret Service. So we had a patient. And so it's like way up on a cliff in Malibu. Like, it's really narrow streets. And like, I got sworn by Secret Service my first day because I pulled into the wrong driveway. But this guy was, like I was telling her, he was coming off the Suboxone. And once they taper off of that, like she was saying, they go into like heavy withdrawal. And he had his dealer come up and he drop off a bag of fentanyl and a face mask in the Secret Service's bushes. So here I am at 2:00 in the morning on top of a mountain in Malibu looking for fentanyl in Hunter Biden's bushes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they get desperate. I was like, does that dude even know that he just delivered heroin? Does that dude even know that he just delivered fentanyl to the Secret Service? So yeah.
Oh my god.
No, we're not implying that Hunter Biden uses fentanyl, correct?
I've never met the dude. I only know when he's in town because of how the cars are positioned around his like house, but I've never actually seen. I hear parties that he has. He has like backyard get-togethers, but they're totally. And besides that, like there's nothing. It's very uneventful.
You gotta work that area so you can get invited to the party, Freckled.
I don't want to go to Hunter Biden's parties.
Oh, come on.
I'm testing for the LAPD, and I don't think that they would like that very much on the resume.
Probably not.
I party with Hunter Biden.
You want me to call Gavin Newsom and tell him to be cool?
Yeah, be cool.
Oh my gosh.
He was the mayor of San Francisco when I lived there, so.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was a mayor. I don't know very much about him. I'm pretty liberal. I live in Los Angeles, so duh.
What the? You're breaking up on us.
You're breaking up on us.
It's the Secret Service.
You know what's always great is when their facial is like right up their nose. And you're like, and they get stuck in that spot.
Freckled Joy, the Secret Service is messing with your connection.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I think it's Alex. Alex is like, get her off the show. No, I'm just kidding. Don't forget, you guys, by the way, just to mention that he will be on Sunday, okay? Alex Voorhees will be on Sunday to join us. So looking forward to that. And you guys all better be coming. And plus more, all right? Anyways, just wanted to say that.
Sonny, before I forget, Sonny, you told him 9:30 Eastern, right?
Yeah, he's Pacific time. Blaine, show me your stomach again. I swear to God, I'll turn your camera off for you.
Because he said,
Just kidding.
He said to me 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I said no, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time.
No, 9:30. Yeah. It's a, you know what? So obviously I'm the smarter of the bunch.
Where else can you get this kind of stuff that it's a crime?
I'm just like, I feel like I need to put Blaine over my shoulder and baby burp him or something on there.
What were you saying at the beginning of the show? Something about how we always keep it classy.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm a classy man.
I'm playing.
Definitely not editing out that portion.
As someone that would run the inside, I'm just playing.
I was the best ever.
I just want to know how many years it took to get that six pack.
Well, a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Vincent is probably so jealous.
Yeah, he's definitely jealous.
He should be.
Why would you have a six-pack when the keg feeds the whole party, you know?
Yeah. I'm so silly. My bad.
Sorry.
Anyway, you guys go back on with your stories there, of course, because obviously, yeah. So, Freckled Joy, did you start off telling us about yourself? Because I really don't know much about you. Besides, I see you in the chat, and you're called Freckled Joy.
I mean, there's not much. I live in California. I live in Los Angeles. I was raised here. I had a rough childhood. My parents went to prison for meth when I was like 5. I was raised in foster homes. I aged out when I was 18, joined the Navy, became a drunk, and then just chilled for a long time. And then once COVID hit, I got my shit together and went to school, and I'm like moving up slowly. I started off as an EMT in a private company. Now I'm EMT for 911 in downtown LA, and I'm testing for the LAPD right now. Well, it takes like a year, but I'm testing. So I have like a qualifying physical in like 6 weeks that I'm trying to get ready for. But there's not much.
Yeah. That's great. That's awesome. Oh, go ahead, Jessica. Was that you talking?
Yeah, sorry. I was just wondering how long you've been clean.
How long what?
You said you used to drink. How long have you been clean?
I've been sober for 5 years.
That's
I was
awesome.
California sober until I had to start pissing in a cup, and now I'm completely like substance free.
I love that term, by the way.
Like California sober, dude. It's so legal out here. You can like go to a store on the corner and buy like anything. Like it's very accessible. It's just like buying a beer. So I have to.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what? Sadly, how I know that term is because of Justin Bieber.
I know it because of Demi Lovato. I know it because of Demi Lovato. So I'm just as lame as you.
I didn't catch on until she said you could buy it like you could a beer.
Yeah, we have dispensaries everywhere, and now they're like really everywhere. And then we have a lot of places where they make the like wax for the vape pens around, so you can like smell it for like blocks and blocks. So it smells like weed here all the time now that it's like recreationally legal, and you can pretty much, you can do whatever you want. The laws are actually stricter now that it's legal. You can go to jail longer for it, for misusing it, but you have to really misuse it now. Before it was just a free for all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but I've never really gotten into the hard drugs because of my parents. So I was a bartender and a casino hostess for like 20 years, and I partied. So
it's like you're reminiscing there. Good times, good times.
I was a bit of a wild child. Let's just say that. I'm not going to say anymore because I got to take a polygraph in like 6 months.
Well, I'm so glad though that you're 5 years clean.
Yeah.
And that you seem to have your shit together and, you know, doing you and doing good things.
I'm trying.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. I have like 3 brain cells left. They're all fighting each other right now because I'm so tired.
Yes, 2 of them are lost. It's all good. I see butterflies. Is that butterflies and stuff behind you there that I'm looking at?
So that's my butterflies, and then that's my Star Wars, and then I've got Janis Joplin and Grateful Dead with like flowers. I'm kind of a bit of a hippie child. This is my sanctuary. Since I never get to actually sleep in my own bed, I make it. In here.
I just changed my hat for CD. Since he's a Mets fan, I had to put my Cardinals hat on.
Oh, and Adam's matching his shirt to his backdrop lighting. You sexy dude, you sexy.
Oh my god, I love it.
I know. I love this. The whole lighting thing he's got going on. I'm getting jealous. I'm gonna have to find a backdrop that has something like that. Because that's, you know, cool.
Yeah. Could we use that as like a green screen and project different things on him?
It looks like you could.
Yeah.
I was gonna mess with it.
Have you ever seen a weather reporter?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Like hand puppets on the wall?
Right.
Oh wow.
I make myself more available. Oh, you know what, CD? You're pissing me off, dude. I'm going to tell you why. Because you keep having some lives, and I have to find out through some other person because you're not even dropping them in our chat. Am I correct, guys? Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, what's with that, brother?
What's up with that?
Deb and I were in there today.
Yeah, we were in his chat.
Yeah, but it's only because like I was making the video at the time, but it's kind of like it was Renee. Renee messages and says, CD's doing another live. And I'm like, what about the first one? I didn't even know. So, yeah, I'll see you outside in 5 minutes, dude. Yeah. But, yeah. So next time, if you're doing a live, drop it in our chat, in our, you know, the one that we all gather around, and the one that you don't really ever, well, you talk in sometimes. Usually CD, when he comes in, it's usually late at night or something like that.
Right.
But yeah,
when he's up with the baby.
Yeah. Okay. And look, you know what? I want to go back down to Blaine if I could here.
Really? Hold on a second. My dog is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Never mind.
Blaine, can you do that? Give us that quick story for people that don't know exactly who you are and exactly about your recovery and the different things. You on BRB. You on BRB.
He ran outside.
I think he did. Yeah. Maybe he's going to show the great outdoors his belly, eh? No. Yeah. So okay. So back to whoever then. I'm good. I'm just here to sit here and listen now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, he's smoking. He's smoking. Just FYI. Yeah.
Well, I've never had an addiction to anything, like drugs or whatever. My husband might say I'm addicted to shopping, but
shopping. She's addicted to shopping.
Food, right?
I have a husband addicted to shopping. I don't want to hear anybody talk shit about it.
But my cousin, I've had 2 cousins that were murdered, and strangely enough, they were from the same side of the family. One of them was a female cousin, Brenda, and she was married to a guy who became addicted to meth and addicted to porn. And so she ended up getting a divorce. And on Thanksgiving, she had to do visitation, which I could not have done it. I couldn't have left my child with him. But on Thanksgiving, she dropped her child off to let him visit with his father for a couple hours. She went back to get him. And when she opened the door, and the police know this through forensics, when he opened the door, he injected her with something, and she passed out, and he drug her into the house and, tied her up, and then put meth in every orifice of her body. And he did rape her. And even if he hadn't have strangled her to death, the authorities said that she would have died because of the amount of meth that he had put into her body. And the sad thing is the little boy was in the other room asleep. And he didn't understand. He was so little, but he heard things. But on the upside, he has grown, and he is a very successful, wonderful man, and really proud of him. But, that the addiction of meth and then the porn, he just kept getting deeper and deeper into porn until it became violent porn. And, connecting that with the Delphi, with the situation in Delphi and the CSAM stuff, right? I think that's what could have happened, that whoever was at fault, who just got deeper and deeper, and, they need something more until it gets to violent and babies and whatever, because it's so addicting. As a matter of fact, some of the research I've read says that pornography is way more addictive than drugs.
Ted Bundy said that porn is what?
Yeah.
Ted Bundy himself said that porn, and with meth, the sex stuff, like with meth psychosis, it's not uncommon to have some weird sexual.
Oh yeah.
Right. I've heard that.
Yeah.
So, just stay away from all of it. It starts out and you think it's fun, or it's so helpless, or not helpless, but so, innocent. But it can go bad very quickly.
Right. My first call, I'm sorry, Adam, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead. You go ahead first, Freckled Joy.
I was just going to say, my very first call is an EMT apartment building right next to downtown LA, and the dude had tried to cut off his penis because he wanted to rape his neighbor, and he was 10 years old, and he had been up for like 2 weeks.
Sounds counterproductive.
They tried to cut off his what? His penis for what?
I think almost 6 years. But why he did it?
Freckled Joy, you're cutting out. If you can hear me.
Oh, sorry. I hold my phone weird and my speaker. But he tried to cut off his own penis because he wanted to rape his neighbor who was a child, and that was my very first done with training, my own crew, woo woo, you lights and sirens, and that was my first call.
Well, it's hard to follow that up.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's downtown LA. It's crazy down there.
I was going to ask to Blaine and Jesika. I mean, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but with your addictions, was there ever a time that you thought this could be it? Like, was there ever a time before you used that you were like, I could die?
Yeah.
All the time, really. I mean, no, I don't know, because
Go ahead.
I called myself a smart addict because you can always do more. You can never do less. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't think I ever really thought like that because I've died several times. You know? Yeah, no, I don't think, you know, I remember sitting in the truck with my best friend Chelsea saying, man, I'm just over this, crying, and that thinking death would be better than to continue doing what I was doing.
Really? Jesika, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple nights where, you know, I'd keep myself up a little later, worried I'd overdone it or something. But it's kind of always a fear in your mind when you use them because you never know when it's gonna be the time that you did overdo it. You know, so.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Sorry for anyone that actually has pain or suffering going on in their life, because most people out there are at some point, regardless, whether it's fighting addictions or someone passing, regardless, and all that. And I want to say again, I mean, it does upset me that this happens, but it is what it is. Unless there's like Delphi in the chat, stuff like this doesn't nearly get the attention. You know, and it saddens me, but by the same token, it is what it is, right? I'm so happy tonight that that I was able to make a video for Marketta, and there was a comment back here that I truly appreciated being said. She said, "Thank you." Wasn't quite like that, but it was the second time I watched the live. Just here to say, at Sunny, great of you to do a little post about Gabe Ellis' daughter passing away. Makes you a grand dame, in my opinion. Again, right. So, again, we're not here to talk about Gabe Ellis, obviously, but it's somebody's daughter. And again, it tugged at my heart just because, and it's because of Delphi, because I wouldn't have known of Gabe Ellis or any of those names had it not been for Delphi. So for me, when I saw the name Ellis, you know, I wanted to see if it was his daughter. And then I knew when I seen Marquitte's face, I knew I'd seen that face in the Facebook before. And I just wanted to reach out to her. And she was so gracious, like, considering this just happened recently. She was just so gracious because I said to her, like, do you think would you mind doing me a favor and writing a letter to your daughter? And she did that. Like, she said it was going to be hard, but she did it. And then I went a little further and I was like, you know what? I'm thinking of the future. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm going to make a video. And wouldn't it be wonderful if years down the road or whatever, that her voice was in there saying that letter to her daughter so that she has a memory like that. And she came back and she sent me a voice clip. She said it was going to be hard. And obviously the most beautiful moments, but saddest moments is when it's raw. And obviously Brianne's death is very raw to the family. And so it just meant a lot to me because I'm not thinking about myself. I want to incorporate what I know can be something that they can look back on and just watch a beautiful video of her child, or their child, I should say. And so I just want to say that I do appreciate all the people that are in here. and that are, again, we, although people have their stories about the drugs and addiction, obviously it's not a joke. um but obviously there's, like I said, we try to keep it somewhat a little bit lighthearted because it can get very heavy by the same token. Anyways, I just appreciate you. Thank you, Jenny DeWitt, for saying that. You're making me want to tear up actually right now. And Jessica and Steffa, Blaine, Freckled Joy, Adam, Dub. Thank you guys for always like being very loving and supporting and doing stuff like this. And Jessica, this is your first time on here. You said your husband loves watch. What's your husband's name again?
Jack.
What's your husband's name again?
Jack.
Jack?
Jack.
Yeah.
Jack. Okay. Well, Jack, I want to give you a shout out personally from It's a Crime and Shame. So everyone say hey to Jack. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack, yeah.
Just don't say hi, Jack.
Yeah, hi, Jack. Just don't say hi, Jack. Next dad at 8 o'clock. No, just kidding. But anyways, so yeah. Hi, Jack, because apparently Jack watches us more than Jessica. No. And again, sorry for everyone's losses, whether that's in chat or whether it's on the panel as well. I know I've had many of losses in the last 5 years, actually longer, but and it's hard. My mom's no longer here. She had cancer. She died of an addiction. In fact, I don't know that really addiction ran in our side of the family, to be honest with you. So I never had to deal with that. Did I do a few drugs? Back in the day, yeah, the worst I ever did was like LSD and shrooms. That might be a lot to some people. I was young in my 20s, actually before my 20s. Pot, hash, oil. That's as far as I took it, but I was never addicted. It was just kind of one of those things, is that it seemed like, remember, Deb, like we say, like basically show me your friends, I'll show you, your future or whatever.
Your future,
well,
right?
I didn't like the people that were coming around our place because of that. It just wasn't my thing. So anyways, that's why it's kind of like I've never been at a point where like yourself or Blaine, maybe Jessica, did you say that you overdosed?
No.
You never overdosed at all?
No.
Thank God.
No.
Yeah. And so it's, anyways, I just want to say it's stuff like that. Like I can't associate, so I can only go by words for that because I've never been there. Hey, Deb, I feel like we're on the Brady Bunch right now. You
right?
Adam just
wow.
Here's a story of a guy named Adam.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you show me your friends, I mean, I've got Deb and Sunny, so I don't know what that says about my future.
Yeah.
It says you have good taste. And you need to agree if you want to have a future.
I should be at the bottom. I should be at the bottom of this pyramid. I am actually.
No, Baldy there is at the bottom there, Mr. Red. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
When he came,
I'm down.
When you came down to the bottom, I was like, perfect spot for you. All I could see was your bald head there. Right?
Centerfold.
Yeah, centerfold. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But anyway.
I have to say that when he leaned forward and you could only see his bald head, I really just wanted to go like that.
But Deb, then you'd get 3 wishes.
Trying to figure out how I can make.
Redhead's
Your wishes I command.
Yeah.
Pat him on the head.
Ain't nothing wrong with a ginger.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I love being a ginger.
Me too. It fits my personality. I got a red car, red phone, red hair. I'm fiery as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Freckled Joy. Yeah. Steph is in the middle.
Flies.
I'm in the middle like the sandwich.
Yeah. Steph, is there anything that you want to... Oh, go ahead, Deb.
No, I was just going to say a step a sandwich.
Yeah,
That's a scary thought.
It's a little spicier than you think it was.
Oh, here we go.
Where's
Where's True Crime Web? This is where we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, he should have been here at the minute that Freckled Joy even said the word penis. I was like, Steve, where are you, dude? You should be in our chat right now, because usually when Steve comes in, it's just like that's when he's like, I digress.
He was a happily married man, and it's Friday night, which means it's probably date night. Maybe maybe Mrs. Steve stayed up a little later tonight, and they're trying out some stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he dressed up like Eddie and did a dance.
Steve, where are you?
He's over in Sleuth's channel or Sleuth's live.
Yeah.
He is.
Steph, I know no one else knows what we're going to talk about, but did you watch today?
I did. Of course I watched today. So which part are you going to bring up?
Well, I didn't get to watch very much today, but Steph and I are both following the same trial out of Ohio, which I think we will feature on this channel at one point because I want to bring it up. But Steph, wow, it's been a big week.
It's been a great week. Yeah, we should.
You talking about the Collier?
You guys need a separate room or something to talk about that?
Yeah, no, we're talking about it's a case out of Ohio, in Pike County, Ohio, where 8 members of one family were all executed on one night in 4 different houses over a custody dispute.
Yeah.
There's Steve.
All over
There
a
he is.
dispute.
Yeah, but it was all over a custody dispute, and I mean, it is a wild, wild case for anyone that doesn't know about it. One of the defendants is on trial right now, and it's been a 6 to 8 week trial, and they're in week 4. So I'll fill Devin, Sunny, I'll fill you in, and then we can do an episode about it.
Yeah, Blaine, are you okay? You feeling bad?
Yeah.
I'm tired.
You know what?
Buddy,
You head off.
Hop off and go to bed.
You know what? Yeah. If you unless okay, is there any final? Let me ask you just quickly before you leave me. The story that you are working on. I can't think of what it's called now. All of a sudden, what's happening with that?
Trinity.
I'm still the Trinity Teen Solutions. Still working on a couple things with that. I had to take a break for the last 2 weeks because of things with Ashley and the kids. So I got one girl who is I talked to her on the phone, but she's willing to come on and tell her testimony. I'm just trying to see what that looks like. Tomorrow's my son's birthday, so I won't be doing that. Yeah, he'll be 12 tomorrow. Sorry, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm usually in bed by now.
Yeah.
You know, just hop right off and go there.
I know it was a busy. I know it was a busy night up here on the panel and all that, Blaine. But yes, you go rest, and thank you for coming on, Blaine. Thank you so much, buddy. And
no worries.
Ashley, when does Ashley come out?
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. I bet you're counting those days, eh?
Oh my gosh, you already know. I'm so tired of being tired. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of work parenting, isn't it?
Yeah, especially by yourself.
Been working exactly. Make sure all groceries.
Yeah. I give her all commands because she works, and I'm doing what she does every day.
Yeah.
So,
Nope.
And I'm sure it won't be easy.
My friend. Yeah, hugs, Blaine, and give Ashley our best as well, please. And I'll talk to you soon, buddy. You take care. Right. Have a good night.
Love you guys. Have a
Bye,
good
Blaine. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Blaine.
Bye.
I'm probably too because I hardly ever get a night off. I have to work 2 shifts tomorrow.
Okay, Freckled Joy. Well, thank you so much, and we'll have you on again another night. All right?
You have better things to do, Freckled Joy?
Yeah.
What?
You have better things to do on your night off?
I'm probably gonna.
I'm sorry. Did you stumble over your words?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna watch live TV, live PD, order pizza and sleep. I'll come with you.
Okay.
Is live PD back on?
Yeah, it's on Reels. If you have Dish, it's $2.99. They just changed the station. It's on Friday and Saturday now.
I don't have any of those
All
channels.
the same police departments, and it's the same dude. It's the same two dudes, and then the one dude with the bald head. It's just another bald head now. But
Well, I'll have to find it streaming somewhere.
Reels.
Okay.
Which is one of those like extra package stations, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll find it somewhere.
But yeah, It's On is my favorite show, obviously. So
I love it too. I missed it.
It's really good. And watch it.
Freckled Joy, love you. Thank you so much for coming on. More importantly, I gotta go off camera and turn off my mic because my husband brought me some dinner. So I'll be right back. Get jealous, people.
Thank you, Freckled Joy.
Thanks, Freckled Joy.
You guys are awesome. Bye.
You're awesome too.
Bye, sweetie.
Okay, so why?
And then there were 5.
Okay, so
4.5.
4.5. Okay, so Sunny's eating. So I know you like that live PD. So I started watching these streamers. Do you know that streamers actually they follow calls on, what are those, scanners? So they go to calls, they listen to the scanner, and then they follow wherever the calls are on the scanner, and then they go live stream them.
That's what Famously Unfamous does.
But this is like in the city. So like I watched, now I feel like I probably shouldn't have brought, I'm going to bring it up. So I feel like a tragedy. Oh my God. I can't say that word. I'm watching these
like
people.
You're a voyeur.
Yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, these people. But like I've watched standoffs. Like it's like Steve live, like back in Steve's day, car accidents, all these things. You watch live police chases, all this stuff. And now I'm like, I'm addicted to this stuff. So I think you would like it because it's like live right there.
Well, you'll have to send me the link.
There's a million of them that do it. Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will definitely do it.
That is what Famously Unfamous does. And he's in Kokomo and Lafayette and all around that Peru. He'll go all around that area. And he goes they have the police scanner in the car with them. So you're hearing what is happening. Yeah. And he goes right to where it's going down. So you get to see it all. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun to watch.
I have an old school police scanner that I got from my grandmother when she passed away. And I don't have it plugged in, but it sits on my kitchen counter. And so anytime I want to think of my grandparents, because they played theirs 24 hours a day, and you'd stay at their house at night, and you'd hear that 10-4.
I have Broadcastify on my, I bought that.
So
I bought it, but I just don't know what the codes are.
Yeah, you can look them up.
I'm like,
you can look them up. There's charts even on Google Images.
That's the thing to do is to look up a chart printed off to have in front of you. That's the same thing with me. I'm like, well, what's a 21040 or whatever?
Yeah, no. If you type in police scanner codes and then just go to Google Images, it'll give you all the codes with in a chart.
Do you know why I bought it? Was because you can buy the Broadcastify Pro, and you can go back and go to any. They said, go to any.
Oh, I have it.
Okay,
yeah.
So
Archives.
So I bought it for Delphi, right? Because I'm like, I want to hear all the calls that happen with Delphi. They only go back a year. So after I paid for it, then I found out I can't even listen to Delphi. So I was pretty upset.
And then you also have to listen to all the other ones, like the Carroll County Fire and EMT, and you have to, because there's 3 or 4 different channels you can find for every area.
Right. I know.
Because I did that. I did that when I was looking into the sleepover, or not the sleepover, the masked man incident. Trying to find a report of it on the police scanner.
Right.
Were you able to? Because I bought the Pro and it only goes back for 1 year.
I was able to find broadcasts from 2017, but not on Broadcastify. I found it on another website.
You have to send me that.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing there that I could find, but
Okay.
but I'll see. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I'll get bro. I'll pay for the pro because I'll be able to listen to everything from Delphi.
Yeah, and they can block them out.
Yeah.
And some of the Delphi ones have been blocked out from the 13th, 14th.
Oh, really?
At least on Broadcastify.
Yeah.
1 second, Jessica, are you okay still? Because it's so quiet. I'm like, oh shoot, Jessica's still here. I thought she was one of the ones that left.
Yeah. No, I was gonna get ready to come on here and tell you guys I was gonna hop off.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's why. Because I was like, if the conversation kind of usually towards the end of the night, the conversation kind of goes wherever, and so and I know you're not feeling too hot. So thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us tonight, and give the best to your husband as well. And hopefully, like I said, your brother, and prayers for your brother, okay?
Yeah. Jessica, is there anything before you leave that you wanted to say, or any last message or word that you wanted to put out there?
I feel like I should have prepared more because I was all over the place.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
I didn't get enough of what I was thinking, but I just, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What? If I could give any advice,
no, he basically Adam was just asking if there's anything else you wanted to share, say before you headed off.
Oh, no. I thought he meant like, was there any advice I could give or anything like that? No, I wish I could stay longer. I'm fighting some sort of stomach bug,
No,
but I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely not.
We understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jessica, just so you know, you did just fine too.
You did, yeah. Yes. You did wonderful, and we'd love to have you back on.
This is actually my first time ever.
Exactly, your first time, absolutely. Yeah. And so it can be a little bit nerve-wracking on the first time, a little bit too, and but I think you did a good job of telling your story. Less, of course, a little bit of the static that was interfering in that, but other than that, I felt like you did a good job, right, guys?
Yeah. I tried to fix. I think I fixed every time it's static. I try to fix it, so hopefully that worked. But yeah, and next time you won't be as nervous, and you'll think of other things you want to say, and next thing you know, you'll be shooting the shit and joking around.
Right.
Well, there's Frank Meister. Okay, Jessica.
If you're visiting me again, just let me know.
Yeah. And again, sorry about your brother, and hopefully your other brother can get his life on course as well. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We'll all say a prayer for your brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice meeting you, Jessica.
It's nice to meet you guys too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Frank Meister. How's Frank? Yeah, I'm just eating my thing still.
Yeah,
you guys
it's so. Sorry.
You want to,
I was gonna say it's so hard to come on any live and talk. I can't imagine coming on and telling a story as serious as something like Jessica or Blaine's gone through. So I give both of them and Freckled Joy mad props for having that strength. Thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, she really wanted to come on. As soon as I asked her, she was just like, yes, I watch you. My husband watches you. And she was more than willing to just come on and tell her story, which was great. I always like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, same with Paige Shirley. Paige Shirley, was brave enough to do that as well, and we love her.
Yeah.
And Marketta, thank you so much for coming into the live chat as well. Again, I'll send you
Marketta.
Yeah. So, a lot of sadness, of course, but a lot of strong people as well that are able to come on the lives and want to share their stories. That's always the great part, because again, if it makes a difference to a person or two, that have watched it, and somebody passes it on the video, somebody else watches it, you know what I mean? We know how it works, right? Yeah.
And even like Deb, you talking about your the people that you've known that have gone through that. That's not easy either. So I can.
It was a long time ago, and it's still very difficult to think about it. She was my baby cousin, so she had a great future ahead of her. She had just been elected like the vice president or something of the Podiatrist Assistants Association, and she worked for a podiatrist, and she was finishing school. Had a great future ahead of her.
I mean,
yeah,
in the most disgusting profession ever.
Yeah. I think that takes a servant's heart,
I agree. I don't want to put my feet on. I don't want to put my hands on people's feet or in their mouth.
Yeah, right. But I think that's a servant's heart that can do that. Jesus washed people's feet, right? Feet. Yeah.
That's the only difference between him and I.
Oh, I can think of a lot of different.
Is that all that there is, Adam? Yeah.
Oh.
Other than that, we're pretty similar.
Yeah.
I can think of worse. I did maternity before I became a nurse when I was a nursing assistant. And that was, I think feet would have been better.
Mm. My friend was a nurse practitioner. She's told me some fun stories. Yeah. Her first.
That's funny.
When she left the pediatrics and she went to work for a plastic surgeon, or not a plastic surgeon, what am I trying to think of?
Dermatologist.
Dermatologist. I can't think today. Dermatologist. And her first time, they said, because she was a nurse practitioner, she could actually see patients and do the procedures. It was an elderly man with warts on his private part.
Oh, God.
I have clients that are dermatologists, and I always ask them about
Deb,
the story.
did you just go there?
Yeah.
Deb just went there. Steve, what do you got to say for you?
Oh.
Middle Mama Michelle said, "My son's in school to become a podiatrist."
Well, he has a servant's heart.
Or a kink. No,
No.
I'm kidding.
Thank God.
You think about that. People who have foot pain, that's like horrendous, because you have to walk, you have to stand on that. So They do a great service.
Laconic said, "Keep him humble, Deb."
Somebody needs to.
I'm joking. I make fun of myself way more than anyone else.
He does. It's true. Yeah, he helps lighten the mood. Sometimes it gets heavy, and he keeps us laughing.
Oh.
He's responsible for my overuse of the laughing emoji in our chats.
I would like to pop, that Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
No.
Opening and yes, that's awesome.
I like it. I like that show.
I've seen it. I have seen this show, and I love the popping of it. You guys.
No.
Are you gagging?
No. Yes. Cannot handle it.
You probably like the videos where they pick stuff out of people's ears too, don't you?
No. Men aren't built for those. Men aren't built for those things. You know that.
I love pimple popping at its finest, but even I'm like, it's like these things are yeah. I was watching it one day. I know. Look what she started fake. I was watching it not too long ago, probably about 5 days ago. And I know Deb has been compromised and has now enjoyed right. Have you seen
a whole new one up here?
Steve, I promise I'll calm down before I see you and Mrs. Steve.
Right.
I'll get back in my shell.
We'll have her warped before then, Steve. No problem. But yeah. So I was watching it like about a week or so ago, and then I'm like, you know how you're watching it, but I don't know. When I was watching it like on Facebook, and I didn't even know what part of the body she was popping these pimples at, because it was just like it was like snakes and snakes and snakes, and then you realize when she backs off, it's some guy's nose, and I'm like, that was his nose, really? And you know what? Just trust me, because if I see a pimple pop, I like to pop, right? I remember there was this one guy back in grade freaking 6 or 7. Okay, East Indian dude, come, and he had a big white one right here, right there. Every day, Steve, every damn day for like at least a week, 5 days for sure. I had to stare at this big white head, and all I wanted to do was like, dude, pop it, just pop. Let me pop it. Pop it.
This conversation has gone way, way down.
No, he hasn't. He digressed a while ago. He's good again. He recharged.
What were you eating, Sonny? Was that a
my
Sunday?
husband? No, it was McDonald's French fries and the burger. Because he comes in and
did you get an adult Happy Meal?
Yeah, pardon?
Did you get an adult Happy Meal?
Yeah.
I just saw those. I want the little prize that they have. Because now they're putting those little, what are those little smushy things? What are those called?
Zits?
Smushmallows or whatever. Smosh. Yeah, that's what they're putting.
Yeah, there's this collection of 4, and I looked today because I was going to order it, and they're sold out in Charlotte. I tried 3 different McDonald's to order.
You go down to Indiana and get your darn casserole while you're at it.
$10 though. You have to order an adult Happy Meal. $10.
Where's Lisa's comment?
I know. I've seen it.
Oh.
Lisa. Who are you?
Oh, Lisa.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what, Steph? I feel like Lisa typoed there. And I feel like she meant to write Stephanie. See the mistake there? Sunny, Steffa. She started off right, and then she went wrong. That's a typo. It's definitely for you.
A Mario-looking toy, Never Silent said. Huh.
Hmm.
I thought they were. I think they're replicas of the '80s toys, which is what makes everyone want them.
Oh,
well, some of them had those little Smashmallows or what are they called in there? Squishmallows. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't even know. Nope. I think.
No. Oh, look at there, Bridge Guy Exposed page. Gave us $1. Well, thank you.
Who did?
I lost to that.
To who?
That big.
Adam, is that your face on there?
It is.
Where?
Oh my gosh.
He did a side by side. So Bridge Guy Exposed.
I booted. I blocked him already.
What happened?
You're a troll.
He's a big spender, though.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, because, well, usually what they do is they donate $1, and then before the show goes off, they retract it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's somebody that was already blocked, right, Sonny?
Yeah,
most likely.
Yeah. But you know these trolls, they, you know what? Like I said, they like to find their way in regardless. They just can't seem to get enough of us over here.
And that's his legitimate, like, that's his profile picture is my face.
Half of it's the Bridge Guy.
Wow.
I know.
Good for him.
And there's love right there, Adam.
Hey, he has 1 subscriber.
Yeah, himself. His other channel.
And he joined September 12th of 2022. Thank you so much for the love. And the donation.
I mean, even though that doll's going to get retracted back, probably, unless he was willing to, you know what? This one's worth it. I'm going to give you $1 if I can just show. Oh, let's do that. That is so worth it.
That's just for you.
Yeah. This is just for you too.
Does it make me a narcissist that I appreciate that he put the young guy sketch and not the old guy sketch?
Right. And, you know, LA has told us not to do side by side. So,
but if you're going to put me
so
into one, please put me next to the young guy sketch.
I felt like the younger guy sketch was almost like a version of Steve when he was younger there. So, yeah, I feel like there was more of a resemblance there. Don't you think, Steve? You know, maybe it's Steve's sock account. Oh, there's a twist for you.
I'm subscribing.
I am going to hop down, y'all, so you guys can get back to the photo.
Oh no, it's okay.
All right,
one by one they depart. No, Steffa, thank you so much. Love you so much.
Love you guys, and thank you so much for having me up.
Thank you.
I'll see you
on.
I'll be in chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Steph, I'll see you. Steph, I'll see you Monday in Long Crimes chat.
Yes, I'll be there.
Okay, say hey to me.
Okay, I will. Okay.
Bye.
Steve says the most interesting man in the world. I don't digress often, but when I do, I go sunny. You know, so meaning the live is set for obviously subscribers only. So you had to be in here for like 3 hours. So somebody loved us. I don't want to even get into it, but doesn't it make you feel so oozy and warm when they literally make accounts just so that they can come in here? Doesn't it just make you like all over? I was just like giddy. Yeah.
Okay, Lake Michigan, I'll give you one little snippet. Hello, my name is As Above, So Below.
I do videos out of my garage.
You can't talk about him too much. He'll come back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I remember when Adam did that video.
I think he's got a lot of free time on his hands now. So.
Me or him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You totally have the young guys sketch vibe, Adam. Absolutely. Have you guys turned him in?
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah. I just feel like Adam should be tipped in.
Wait, can I tell you really quickly the person that person subscribes to?
Yeah.
Is someone named Irish Crime and Coffee Time, someone named T-Rev, someone named Queen Bee, someone named Lost Souls TC and Chat, and Gray Hughes Investigates.
It was probably Gray.
Yeah, Gray. Come on, Gray. Next time you come in here, cheap ass, give us $2. Yeah. That's so funny. He probably goes in and trolls Gray too, obviously.
Oh, Gray's up to 82. Gray's up to 82K subscribers. Wow.
What was he at? 70 something last time I looked.
Good
Congratulations, Gray.
He's jumped quite a bit, and yeah, that's awesome. Good
Pretty
job,
soon
Gray.
he'll get that. Pretty soon he'll get the 100K plaque if he keeps going. You know the YouTube.
Now he must be on Sleuth's channel because he changed the side by side to Sleuth's face and the old.
Oh, did he? Wow, he's just trolling.
He's just a troll. Trolling.
Thank you, Lake Michigan.
Idiots are trolling.
We love you, Lake Michigan.
Yeah. I'll stay here another minute longer, make our Lake Michigan just because of that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm not going to drop the merch line today. I'm going to do it on Sunday. Today was just kind of one of those days where it was like a lot of things going on. So we'll do it on Sunday. And then don't forget, guess who's going to be here?
My buddy
Alex Voorhees. Boy genius.
Yeah. I know. Super excited. You know, Kate, we saw him on Trend of Fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I saw him on Fig.
Well, I saw him on Fig yesterday. He was on Fig yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first saw him, I saw him on the Trend of Fire. Mm-hmm. And pretty much as soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, dude, first of all, I was watching his interaction because he seemed almost like shy and, answering questions. But but still shy, kind of a little bit. I think probably was one of his first times that he was. Can't remember if that's what he said. Anyways, and I remember that's when I wanted to reach out to him, thinking I had, and I was like, oh, the dude ignored me because I had emailed, whatever, and I was like, oh.
And then you told me to reach out to him, and so I messaged him, but he never opened that message, so I don't think he looked.
I never saw much into fire. If I'd known you guys
did
wanted to talk to him, I would have just been like, hey.
Yeah. So I was watching Fig's live last night, and Fig Solves is another amazing person. And so I was watching Fig Solves last night, and Alex was on it. And so it reminded me that I had reached out before, and I'm like, Fig, and I sent Fig a message, and I'm like, hey, Fig, dude, can you please ask him if he can look into like at least Garrett Kurtz for me? That way he can spiderweb or whatever, because Garrett Kurtz can spiderweb to all the other people or whatever. So just as I'm about to message Fig back, because he answers me back, then all of a sudden Alex messages me on Messenger back, and he's like, hey, yeah, like I know who you are and whatever. And I'm like, I was having one of those moments where I was like, oh my God, he's messaging me. Yay. So all yesterday I was just sitting there like freaking smiling. I think I even said, I was like, I am so happy. My ass is smiling. So yeah, I was just glowing because I was just like, when somebody catches my attention, and he did, the minute I even talked to or seen him talk, I was like, oh, so I just thought I would, do it again since I saw it on Fig. So thanks, Fig, for reminding me, because it made me want to reach out to him again, because I really wanted him to come on the show. And yeah, super duper nice guy. Like super duper. And so, we talked and talked, talk some more, Deb. And he's going to be on Sunday at 6:30 PST time, which, it's 6:30 PST, because he's Pacific Standard Time too, right, Alex? Adam?
Yes.
Hey, kitty. Hey, pussy.
Say hey.
Yeah. But hey, what's your cat's name again?
Beatrice.
Yeah, Beatrice. Right, Beatrice. That's it. But yeah, so
she gets jealous when I'm on live too long.
I get it. You know what? Freaking Bambi will come out of the woodwork, and all of a sudden, meow, meow, meow. And I'm just like, that's when I kind of know that it's time to usually get up, because Bambi will come out of the woodwork going like, I've been locked up in this room long enough now.
Can I tell a funny story really quick? I thought it was funny, at least.
All right.
I told you both in our messenger. So I was at CVS tonight, and I was walking out the door, and this guy stops me, and he was like, hey, hi, I'm a photographer, and I don't know if you ever need pictures taken. He's like, but I'd love to take your pictures. If you ever need anything, I'd love to be the one to take them. So just, call me. And he's like, if you need headshots or anything, or just photos of yourself taken. And he gave me his business card, and I sent Sonny and Deb a picture of his business card.
Oh, is that his? Is that what that was?
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Tell him what you said.
And I was like, I just watched Dahmer, and one of the techniques that Jeffrey Dahmer would use to lure his victims sometimes was to like take their pictures for money. Ooh. And I was like, hello, dude. Sorry, you're not going to kill me. Read the room.
That's not exactly what you said. You said, calm down, Jeffrey Dahmer. Read the room.
That's a very flattering.
Crack me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you wearing? Very funny.
Were you wearing exactly what you were wearing?
Right now? I had a different T-shirt on.
Oh, really? Because I love that T-shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's such great coloring on you. Absolutely. Yeah. Deb, what about you down there? I can barely see you. Oh, Deb, I think has like orange.
No, it's kind of like a cranberry.
Coral?
It's like a cranberry color.
You know what's funny, Deb? Is that
good, Deb.
Yeah. What? Oh, go on.
Your bangs look good.
Oh, thanks.
Did you cut them again?
I got my hair cut last week, but they were cut a little short. But
good.
my hair grows so fast. Like usually I get my hair cut a week later. My bangs are like down to here. So.
Thank you, Jessica.
Jessica, I just want to pop back in real quick and say thank you to everyone in the comments for all the kind words and prayers. And thank you guys for having me on. No, Jessica, thank you for joining us. It's always, like I said, nice when people can come on and tell their story. And again, there's always next time, Jessica. Again, now that you've kind of been on one, now you'll be pro. Right, Alexa? Alexa knows what we're talking about.
Right.
Did Alexa say how her boys were doing earlier?
Yes, she said they're better.
Yeah. Steve, my ass cheeks are sore. I need someone to come rub them. When?
Hey, we're only 9 days out from someone's big trip.
Is it 9 days out?
I mean,
yep,
approximately.
Approximately, yeah. And don't ever send your kids to Los Angeles to be a star. It's dangerous here, full of predators looking for a fresh face. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Know that, Freckled.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. All right. My butt hurts. It's tired of sitting on the thing. Do you guys have anything else to say?
Time to say goodbye.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? We're at just over the 2 hour mark. Actually, to be honest with you, can I just say, I feel like if I looked up at the clock right now, it'd be like 4 hours, but it's only.
We talked a lot about heavy stuff tonight, and I think it's important stuff to talk about, but it is heavy.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And obviously addiction, and that's kind of like out of my realm. So yeah, it's just listening to people's stories and knowing that addiction, being addicted, obviously, there's some people that come out of it and there's some people that don't. And that's, it's just, like, we didn't touch on Delphi, but, Indiana, because we work on Delphi, the surrounding for the most part, it's just so much drugs that are consuming people's lives. You can see it. Like when I say, like, they're just, you guys know how many people I've looked up. So imagine looking up all those people and knowing how many of them are doing drugs, that they got all these meth charges. Meth seems to be the big kicker over there. You're a charmer.
I think someone in the chat said that Indiana's OD rate is like 28% higher than the national average, I think.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
And their crime solve rate is like 70% lower than the national average. So, Deb, what are you gonna do about that?
Solved crime, not crime solved.
Wait, here you go, Deb. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
Right.
Bum, bum, bum.
Sweet Caroline, I'll try to fill Sunny and Deb in on that case, and maybe we'll feature it one night.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the case called again?
It's the Piketon massacre, or the Pike County murders.
Oh, okay. Piketon massacre.
But it's a doozy.
Yeah. Never
Sweet
heard
Caroline has said she's following it. So.
Yeah. I like how that ended. See, Steve, did you not catch that though? It was like, we sing Sweet Caroline, and then it was like bum, bum, bum. Oh. And I just finished saying that I have a sore ass. It kind of went together. It just kind of fell into the same thing. Just saying.
Freckled Joy. I tried to tell Sunny and Deb about this case yesterday. Oh my goodness. Even if you don't like trials, this is a train wreck trial. Daryl Brooks is on trial for driving a car through a parade in Wisconsin a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Killing 6 people.
I remember that.
Injuring dozens more. And he's representing himself in court. And the case is live right now.
Sure that's not Anthony Greeno?
Oh, no. I mean, this guy, it's hard to look at it from an entertainment standpoint, but it's hard not to watch this and be like, because it is a train wreck at every turn, but it's laughable sometimes.
I just don't understand how you can represent yourself.
Oh.
If you don't have any skill set. Like, I mean, what? But that's just making a mockery out of a case.
And this guy has made a mockery out of these. The way that I feel about these poor families, victims, or the victims' families, it's heartbreaking. But at the same time, when you watch it, you're like, you can't help but laugh sometimes because he's so ludicrous. He gets to the point where he has to be removed from the courtroom, put in another courtroom to present his case over Zoom. And he holds up an objection sign every half a second. And the judge is so patient and so diplomatic.
It just seems so wrong.
It took 2 days to get through opening, like the opening statements, because they had to deal with so many ridiculous antics by him.
Wow.
But if you want to watch a train wreck, watch the Brooks trial online.
I might just have to go take a boo just for the sake of entertainment purposes, I guess, just to see how much of a joke this is. But it's not even funny though. It's like a joke. It's making a joke out of the system, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, you should have to at least have, to me, and this is just me speaking off the top of my tongue, it seems like you would have to have some sort of qualifications, at least. Like, if you had gone to a lawyer school or whatever, and you did your bar exam and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like, some sort of qualifications. It just seems like a joke.
But you have that right in the United States to represent yourself in court if you so wish. And wow, I mean, he's stretching that right to its limit.
Mm-hmm. Steve, let me just ask you, since I know you're the biggest pain in the ass, let me just ask you, Steve, what do you think of that? Do you think that's a crock of crap? Being able to, like, you know, what is it? What's the word I want to use?
Representing yourself in court.
Represent yourself when you have literally like no skill set to do so. I just feel like that's just making a mockery of a case. Like, it's
right. And you have a diagnosed personality disorder.
It just feels like here, let me go, freaking be a doctor on somebody and have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, but it's okay because, that's
what is the old saying? The person who represents himself has a fool for a client.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like Sunny saying she was a photography analyst. Like,
I would know nothing about photography analysts.
You wouldn't know anything about it.
forensic photography.
Yeah.
I got my Google. I'm good.
Lake Michigan, it's online.
She's a Googleologist.
I'm a Google. Yeah, I got a lot of things. You guys want me to marry you? Yeah, you got it. So Steve says it helps the win-loss ratio score for prosecutors.
So I think someone in the law and crime chat today said Mickey Mouse could win this prosecution.
Wow.
So it's on Law and Crime's YouTube channel, streaming live. Monday through Friday, of course.
Oh, okay.
But it just started yesterday.
Well, Adam, I was just going to say, like, imagine the victims' families. Like I said, they literally have to. Do you know what I mean?
It's a mockery.
I was going to say, it's almost like, something, that we're not going to bring up. But it's like making a mockery of it. Yeah.
I mean, he used his vehicle and he got pissed at his girlfriend, hit her in the face, and then it's accelerated as he mowed down dozens of people in a parade route.
Wow.
In Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Is he trying to claim his innocence as well?
Yeah.
Of course, like what? His car just veered off into
the car
the
that
crowd?
did it, not him.
See? Told you. Yeah, of course, if it freaking got possessed somehow. Yeah, what an idiot. No one's gonna believe him. He's gonna do his time. He's gonna get,
And so someone like me can watch the trial and find the ludicrousness of it almost laughable.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's
these
what
poor families of the victims have to watch it and watch a mockery being made out of the murder of their loved one.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's tragic.
Exactly.
And the poor judge and prosecution that have to sit there through hours and hours of unnecessary antics.
Jenny, you talking about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Jenny, you talking about small claims court? Yeah. I'm sure you're not on trial for murder.
Freckled Joy, Freckled Joy. He objected to his name because he doesn't consent to that being his actual name. I mean, every delay tactic he can find. But if you need a good escape, check it out.
And how old's this guy?
I'd say 30. Well, I don't know actually. Does Crazy have an age?
Yeah, right. Well, as a matter of fact, Steve, how old are you again? I'm just kidding.
If Steve had been on one of the rooftops during that parade route, we might have had a different outcome here.
Yeah,
because Wisconsin doesn't have the death penalty. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm not a big fan of the death penalty, though. I want someone to suffer. I want them to rot between bars and walls, and I want them to suffer. I don't want them to have the easy way out. You know,
that's not the easy way out. They're going to hell.
Well, I don't know.
Much worse. That is much worse.
Right.
Either way, you know, I just want them. You know, they can die and they can go there anyway, but I want them to suffer on Earth first.
I just hate the fact that, you know, they get girlfriends and they get people sending them money and they get to chirp and they get all these other privileges that no longer make it as much of a punishment as it should be.
Right. No. It honestly is a joke. You know, just the fact that Greeno himself could, you know, be with the girlfriend and then be able to stream in a sense and do that. That was just such a crap that was even allowed out of the jails. Like, really? Like, what kind of joke was that, right?
He's 39.
Yeah, 39.
So I didn't mean to go on a rant. I didn't mean to go off on this guy, but I watch a lot of trials. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. I know I'll probably pull it up right quick here and just take a boo at the craziness of it for sure. 59. Was that what crazy age stops at? Is 59?
See, Hines was smart enough to stop at 57.
Ooh, quick wit right there. I stop at 68, Steve. That's where you do me and I owe you one.
We all know that she does not stop at 68.
No, I like 69, but I stop at 68.
Okay, now we digress.
Wait, Steve has to say it. Steve, come on, Steve, let's go. I gotta wait to say it.
Good night, everyone.
Oh wait, I need to wait for Steve. I gotta wait for Steve to say I digress. Steve, come on, let's go. Chop chop. What do you think? We got another 2 hours to go? You know we can't stay on that long. All right. Right, Steve just snuck out. I think, you know, he probably missed it. Steve was like, honey, I got the handcuffs.
Clink, 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 clink. Oh.
Blink. and Mrs. Steve, Andrew, she's probably like, every time she probably hears the name Sunny. All right. He's obviously taking. There we go. Never saw this coming.
He said, never saw this coming. We digress.
Yeah. I think he was holding off on hitting the enter button there. He was like, I'm just going to make him wait a little bit more.
Any minute, it's going to go in the wrong direction.
He had to stop laughing first.
Yeah.
But
okay. You guys ready? We're out of here. All right.
We will see you
We're out of here. Bye, guys.
With Alex and our merch line drop.
Oh, yes. Yep. Sunday. Alex Voorhees will be on Sunday. Looking forward to that so much. Because even he said, well, besides the fact he's looking forward to it, I'm pretty sure he said something like this to me. Sonny, I'm so glad you messaged me. Because it was something like this. Sonny, I'm so glad you messaged me. I want to come on your channel, but I was a little bit too shy to ask you. It was something like that. It was close. That's pretty much what he said. He goes, and who's Deb and Adam again? I think it was something like that.
I think it was because he wanted to meet Adam and I.
Think so?
He's using you.
Sonny, I may have sent you a picture earlier tonight that I didn't mention, but he sent.
Oh. Wait, I may already have this. Did you send it where? In our chat?
Yeah, but that's private.
Wait, when did you send it?
A certain picture about the makeup of someone being pushed onto the back seat of a car.
Oh, that one?
That was
yeah. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. You know, I'm going to let Alex tell a story, but I learned something about him last night that was pretty crazy. Hey? Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you flirting in the chat over there? Is that what it was going on?
We're leaving now.
Okay, but thank you guys for
Deb's
the new members.
Deb's got nothing to do in the morning. We can stay on longer.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. You guys have a great night.
Thank you. Funny.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 46 of you left.
I know. Yes. We're just gonna wait till there's one left, and that will be Jessica. Jessica and everybody. Yeah, Alexa. Actually, it's gonna be probably
Journey.
To be honest with you, look at. I guess we can never get out of here because we can never get down to one because they're all gonna stay. No. Anyways, you guys take care. We'll see you Sunday night.
Love you, everyone.
Adios.
Yeah. Adios. Thanks again. Take care. Boom, 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 and broadcast.